been nearby.
We actually are here, so I'd say yes.
Today's video has been taken on St. Patrick's Day. Now, this is an extremely wet day. I actually didn't even get out of the car to film. So I'll just show you. The tide is fully in there. Mother Nature's out in force today. However, saying that, I love this time of year. I love coming down to Bundoran. It's St. Patrick's Day. My wedding anniversary is the 18th of March, which is the day after St. Patrick's Day. This year I'll be 9 years married, and I love the fact that it's just, even though the weather's like this right now, it really does clear out the cobwebs and blow away the winter and the whole rest situation. So yes, I have to say now, I love the whole breeze of the wild Atlantic way and spending time down around the coast in Bundoran. And my coat is a very old coat that I got from Snooty Fox, and I've had it a few years. Now generally I do an awful lot of redding out and purging my wardrobe, and what I would do is I would generally sell stuff or donate stuff or give away whatever I have that I can't see me wearing again. And but I can't get rid of this coat. It's the colour, it's that grass green colour, and every St. Patrick's Day I just bring it out. And it's actually a ski coat, so like, hello the weather. You definitely need one of them that's as warm as that around here for walking Roogie. So yeah, this coat, I can't see me ever letting go of it anytime soon. However, I did make a very important purchase today on the subject of shopping, and what I purchased today is these cinnamon lozenges, Richies. So I actually buy these for my aunt in England. She lives in London, and because I don't know why these aren't supplied to the UK, they only seem to be in Ireland, I purchase these for them and send them over to her. So my granny used to do that for my aunt, and since my granny's passed away, then I'll take on the job of sending her the cinnamon lozenges. So my granny used to send her sausages and cinnamon lozenges, so I don't know if I'll look about the sausages now, but she's got the lozenges anyway. I actually just got out of the car there because I just wanted to spend one more time standing, take a little breath in front of the sea, because for me there's nothing to set down stress like walking along the sea or spending time in front of the sea. But as you can see, the tide is in, and I would probably need to upskill my knowledge a bit on tides and that, but yes, I won't be standing here much longer. This is actually the pool that is in front of Waterworld that I usually spend time swimming at. There's a wall there, but there'd be no swimming happening today. The best investment that I have made in my children's childhood has been to purchase this mobile home. Well, there's a discrepancy of opinion. Some people say caravans, some people call them mobiles, but technically, well, I tend to call them mobiles. So I find this just amazing for my children. Because of the park that we are actually in, there's only around 30 mobiles, and a lot of the kids have the same sort of live in the same county as such, and they wouldn't know each other, but they then get to know each other outside of school. It's just good for kids learning to mix, you know, when they don't have to. So they're learning to mix and making friends because they want to, and not because they're in a club together or they're in school together. So that has been amazing, and that has been amazing for my kids to gain confidence in speaking to people who are outside their clubs, their schools, and the communities that they spend their time in. The kids have just spent so much time outside from they started coming to the Caravan Park. So whenever we arrive, they just open the door and that's them outside. They go and see what other kids are there, and they go out and they play football. And also whilst having this mobile, we spend a lot of time down at the beach and at the sea, and Bundoran is actually a fantastic base to spend time in, because you're half an hour from Sligo, you're about 20 minutes from Rosnowla, not that far from Donegal town. You could head up to Killybegs. There's so many directions that you could go from this point, where you can go and spend time doing things that are different and seeing different things. And mostly I love anything that's nature based, so it really, really suits me, because a lot of that stuff is also nature based. I love going and seeing the local waterfalls. I love spending time around the mountains. I like to hike. I like to spend time in the sea. I had started doing a bit of the cold water dipping, but I probably would need to maybe have a bit of a lesson in that, just to teach me sort of about tides and different bits and pieces, because I'm happy enough to do it at the pool whenever the tides are okay, because you have the wall, but I'd like to be a bit more confident and be able to go out into the sea. And for that I would just rather some support and training. So it was definitely the best investment I have made in my children's childhood, was to purchase this mobile home. And not only in their childhood, also in my life as well, because it's made a big difference to my life, and it's just another way to set down the stress. And my husband, he actually grew up with a mobile home, so he was very used to coming to Bundoran, and it was actually him that had to convince me to start coming, and now it's actually me that would spend most of my time pushing to get back and spend my time around Bundoran. This is the Caravan from the outside, or mobile, some people call them mobiles. And inside we have the kitchen living. So we have our kitchen space here, and then we have our living space. So this caravan was got in 2021, and we made a couple of upgrades to it. So the first upgrade we made was we changed the curtains, and we had this bunny pattern that I'd seen in Turkingtons and just fell in love with, and thought it was a nice caravan kind of style. And my neighbour Winnie made the curtains at the time, but Winnie's no longer doing that, so there you go. She made a nice style at the top. Now I need to change those rails. As you can see, they're drooping, but that'll all be in time. And then Winnie also made these little Roman blinds for us. We changed the table, so we bought a big table out of CFC. It's about 1.2 metres, and it's one of them granite tops. And we also bought the chairs out of CFC, because it was nice to have big chairs to be able to sit in, as opposed to the stools. We kept the stools as well, because there was room for both. And that is a tour of the caravan. Now that's a mini tour of the caravan. If you'd like a full tour, just let me know. But everything you could need. You've got your kitchen for all your cooking, your fridge freezer over here, and then your cupboard that will keep your shoes and your coats and that. And thanks to beautiful Donegal for another nice trip, the first trip down of the season of 2026. Look forward to many, many more this year, and glad I come.